Hey there, Tim friends, and welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, hey there, Tim friends, and welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, gonna be another chill, laid-back kind of video. If you are watching this on the day of release, then it's officially my birthday. Wow! September 6th, I have officially turned 33 years old. If I didn't make it, I'll make a crazy edit right here. Either way though, by the time you're watching this, I will be 33 years old. And it has put me in a bit of a reflective mood. So come along with me and stroll down Reflection Lane, where we talk about life and YouTube and the universe, whatever. You guys know how it goes at this point with these little checking in, talking kind of videos. You could think of this as episode number 2 of the Thoughtcast, the unofficial Tim Thoughts podcast, where I talk about my life and stuff and things in general. So, as always, just grab a tasty beverage, a salty snack, or don't at all. It's your life. Do whatever feels right to you. Either way, settle in, because this is just going to be a chill, laid-back, catching up kind of video. As usual, I will throw up some kind of table of contents about what's on the menu for today, and I will also put some timestamps down below in case you want to skip around, but I don't know why you would want to, because you want to listen to everything I have to say, right? It's my birthday after all. There are, though, a few things I did want to talk about specifically in this video, so let's get to that. Okay, and we're here. So first thing on the menu is the retrospective about Yuru Camp, the most recent video essay that I published. This is not going to be like the Perfect Days one where I talk a lot about the movie and stuff. I'm just going to kind of talk about the process a little bit and what the video meant and everything. So Yuru Camp is an anime that's very near and dear to my heart. For various reasons. I consider it as part of the vault of things that I kind of leave tucked in my back pocket, we all have you stuff a giant safe in your back pocket. That's what I do. And Yuru Camp is from said vault. It's just like things that are really important to me, and I've wanted to make a video about for a long time, but also wanted to make sure I had the right skills and ability to properly execute the video that I had in mind. And I don't know, everything just sort of lined up right, and it felt like it was the right time to make the video. I'm not really expecting it to do like huge numbers or anything. I'm not even framing it in a way that's kind of clickbaity to get people to watch it. But I do hope that it reaches more people over time, because it's something that I've wanted to share with you guys for a long time, and have even done so in the Discord. Craig, one of our regulars over there, he has been around for a while, and I recommended the anime to him kind of like when the Discord started, and we have since then developed a sort of unofficial Yuru Camp fan club, which has led to the creation of all these emojis. So very fun personal project for me, and I was glad to be able to finally share that with all of you guys. Hopefully you have seen the video or plan on watching it someday, and if you have or do watch it, then hopefully it encourages you to watch the show itself, because the show is super comfy, cozy, relaxing, comforting, just like a very nice escape into Japan's wilderness, but also like, very relaxed and accessible and everything like that. I grew up camping pretty regularly. Every year my family would take the drive way up to Yosemite Valley. I have a couple old vlogs about Yosemite with my wife's family. Those are a lot of fun. Sometimes I look back on those. That place is just spectacular and gorgeous, and I always feel so inspired every time I go there. And I think Yuru Camp kind of brings back a lot of those memories for me, yet also sort of combines everything with Japan, which, as you guys may have noticed, I love Japan and all the conveniences and cleanliness and politeness of the place. So Yuru Camp is like the perfect, matching of all of that stuff. And so that's why Yuru Camp was in the vault and is now out and now exists in the form of this video, which you should watch if you haven't. Or don't. I can't control what you do. So in a nutshell, that's pretty much what I wanted to say about Yuru Camp. The essay was a long time coming, took some time to write, took a bunch of time to gather all the footage and all the subtitles and everything. More difficult than I expected, and then editing 3 seasons and a movie and OVAs down into one video plus the essay. It took a lot of work, but that's not exactly why it took so long. The main reason it took so long, in regards to the last video I published before it, was really just because life has been like crazy busy lately. So that's a perfect segue into the next topic, which I guess will kind of just be about what's been going on in my life lately. And I would love to frame this part of the discussion centered around this book that I've read recently by Haruki Murakami called What I Talk About When I Talk About Running. So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Murakami. He is a prolific author, has written many famous books like Norwegian Wood, Wind Up Bird Chronicles, Kafka on the Shore, 1Q84. I mean, the guy's written so many books, and usually they're fictional with this sort of surreal, weird oddness, like kind of has that real like fushigi, strange atmosphere of like weird things that happen. But this book in particular is actually a nonfiction book and is sort of like a memoir, sort of about writing, sort of about running, mostly about running, but he frames his life through running and all of the writing he does through the act of running and how it's developed and evolved as a sort of cornerstone key piece of his life over the years. And so, what does this book have to do with anything? Why am I even talking about it? Well, first of all, yeah, it's a great book. Go ahead and read it if you're an artist, if you're an author, if you have some kind of creative pursuit. He frames everything in such a relatable way. It really makes you feel, well, it made me feel like I could understand him a bit better, and I could understand his pursuits in writing and life and running. But beside being a general book recommendation, I felt so deeply connected to this book. My wife just happened to recommend it to me and I picked it up, and there are sort of a lot of like parallels I found between me and Murakami and how we both write and that kind of stuff. And like, oddly enough, he started running daily when he was 33. I am now 33 and have been running a lot lately. It's gotten up now to 5 to 6 days a week, like 4 to 5 miles at a time. I'm training for a 5K in January. Still need to pick up the pacing and consistency a bit, but I am really enjoying this new like hobby slash exercise slash activity, whatever you want to call it. It's a very good regimen to be on. I feel healthier, I feel more active, I feel more fit. I feel like it's a great outlet for me emotionally, intellectually. It just pushes me and allows me to get out all of my feelings and frustrations and everything, and has been a great boon overall to my general health, both physical and mental. And reading this book has been the perfect companion for my new journey with running. One thing that he says in the first chapter that becomes the sort of general running theme of the book is this quote: "Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional." And look here, the last thing I would want to do is trivialize your experience. I don't know who you personally are or the struggles you've been through, but I do not think that the quote means, just suck it up. I don't think that's at all what he's trying to say. The way that I understand this quote is that throughout life, no matter what you're doing, whether it's running, whether it's writing, whether it's your general workflow, things in life, family, friends, anything, there will be pain. Pain is a necessary, essential, inevitable, inescapable part of being a living person in this world. We have expectations, we have ideals, we have dreams about how we want things to be, how we want things to go, how we want to feel, how we want, our relationships to work and everything. And it's just inevitable that reality won't match up to every expectation we have. And inevitably there will be a lot of bumps in the road. You're going to fall down, you're going to get scraped up, you're going to fall behind, you're going to feel like nothing's going your way. And that's the pain. That's the inevitable, unavoidable, inescapable pain. But in relation to that pain, the amount that we suffer because of it is really up to you. We have a choice as human beings, capable of abstract conceptual thinking. We have a choice in how we handle that pain, right? And obviously this is most pressing and relatable and understandable in the midst of physical pain, right? You're running and you're so tired and it feels like you just can't make it up that next hill or past that next corner or up that next step. Pain, you get the pain from your body. Your lungs are screaming, your legs are begging, your body just wants to stop, right? But as humans, we have this strange ability to push through that pain, to understand that that pain is just a part of how things go, and the amount that we suffer relative to it is really up to us. And obviously we've gone far past the literal physical manifestation of running at this point, and it has become a metaphor for any kind of struggles or adversity we face in life. And I think, that's what has been so enlightening for me about not just this book, but about, hearing Murakami's life and his struggles and his journey as a writer, and then, applying all of those learnings and teachings and understandings to my own life and my own current journey as a writer, as a video maker, as a YouTuber, as a runner, as a human being, right? It's like we all struggle. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, how much money you have, what you do every day. There are pains and struggles and challenges. And it may not always feel like it, but we choose how we deal with that pain, right? And I think that's what he really means by, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. There are times when you will suffer and you have to suffer, and there's not much you can do about it except, hope you can get through it. But there are other kinds of pain where they're natural, unavoidable, and just a part of everyday life, and you don't have to dwell on the suffering related to that pain, right? You get to choose how and when that pain gets to you and affects you and prevents you from doing what you want to do, right? In order to get anywhere in life, in your projects, in your hobbies, in your passions, there will always be that pain, and it's necessary as beings in pursuit of something greater than ourselves to push through that pain, to push the suffering aside in favor of gaining something meaningful for the rest of our lives. And and to sort of tie that back into the whole life update reflection situation, I think the birthday rolls around and you just get in this mood where you're thinking about life and everything that's been going on lately. One thing this has all really helped with in shaping my perspective has been the copyright issues. Now, I know I talked about in the last video about the copyright problems I faced with Studio Ghibli and Forgotten Ghibli and Ocean Waves and all that. And ever since then, there is actually another update. I just feel like we have to talk about it so we can get it out of the way and we can all move on and be on the same page and everything. This is not trying to be a rant or a complaint, but I do want to update you guys so that you know. Okay. So in the last talking video, I mentioned how my Ocean Waves video got copyright struck and I made everything private and I might re-enable them and so on. So I did re-enable the Forgotten Ghibli series eventually, and wouldn't you know it, not long afterward, my video on Whisper of the Heart was also copyright struck. And now that one really stung. Ocean Waves hurt, but that was my first video in the Forgotten Ghibli series. I was still figuring things out. I used a lot of footage from the movie in sort of like music video form, and I figured, I could see how they could want to claim that as a copyright issue, and I just, moved on from it, hoping that would be the last thing. But this Whisper of the Heart video, that one hurt because I put a ton into that video. The movie was really personally relatable and important to me, and I felt like it became one of these sort of cornerstone videos in my catalog, especially the Forgotten Ghibli series. And so at that point, it sort of felt like all bets were off, and I could not trust to leave any Ghibli video public on the channel, because not only did I have 2 active copyright strikes, but the other videos could easily push me into the 3rd strike, which would possibly terminate the entire channel. And so I just had to make everything private again, and it kind of sent me spiraling for a bit. I felt really demotivated, really like, what's the point of it all kind of thing. And the series Forgotten Ghibli in its totality definitely constituted the most views on the channel, most commented videos, so on, all the algorithmy stuff. And so, that really, it was a rough time, and that's part of why, the Yuru Camp video took a while to come out. I was just kind of still reeling from all of those challenges and stuff. But eventually I was able to get over it. I'm glad that I have the Discord and the community, and you guys are so awesome. It's so helpful to have people around, that care and want to help and want to be there to support me, in times like that. And for that, I am eternally thankful to all of you guys, everybody watching this video. Thank you, seriously. And so yeah, to sort of recontextualize the whole situation, I've started to understand, just like Murakami said in the book, right? Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. The pain of that, of the copyright strikes and the Ghibli series and everything, it felt insurmountable at the time, right? And I definitely suffered through it. But like, I don't have to continue to suffer, because of that, right? Yeah, of course, it does sting a bit, when I think about it, but I don't have to, wallow in that sadness. I don't have to let that pain consume me and my life as a creator, as a YouTuber, right? And so, I'm committed to just pushing on past that, right? Those were learning experiences and, still, I think, great videos, and I wish I could share them with you guys, but I just don't know. I don't really want to risk more copyright issues. I have considered putting them on Patreon, maybe like releasing them monthly, like re-releasing them, maybe kind of remastering them with like an updated voiceover or something like that. If you're interested in that, let me know. I don't have a Patreon or anything similar to that right now. I have thought about it, but also the idea of like people paying for a monthly subscription when I don't even know how often I can make videos, let alone like Patreon specific videos. It's kind of daunting. But if you're interested, let me know if there's a significant interest in it. Maybe it's something I will do. But for now, that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to mention the whole thing and update you guys with what's been going on with the whole copyright debacle, fiasco, whatever you want to call it, and just gotta move on from it, But on the flip side of those copyright issues, the good thing is that the Perfect Days video has been doing really well numbers-wise. It's reaching a lot of people. It's sort of the silver lining of the whole copyright Ghibli fiasco. It's steadily reaching more people every single day, bringing in new subscribers and stuff. I'm not expecting that to last forever. Heck, I'm pretty satisfied with the results already. So if it just falls off the algorithm now, I'm okay with that. That's totally outside of my control. The algorithm is like the god of YouTube, and who am I to talk to a god, Anyway, though, what I do really want to say though is that I'm glad that the Perfect Days video is reaching a lot of people, because that video, it's very similar to a lot of my videos, but was really, really deeply important to me. And that was when I was able to dig really deeply and share a lot of my personal life philosophy and my own understandings of how life is and, how we live and choose to live every single day. And I think that really ties a lot into the Murakami quote I was talking about. Oh, by the way, if you are here because of that video, welcome to the channel. Great to have you. Great to meet you. Great to see you. Great to talk to you. So, hopefully you enjoy what's going on here in this place, in the Timverse, So yeah, light and dark, high and low, ups and downs. It's all mixed in there in a big ball together. And so it was really cool that the Perfect Days video is doing well and reaching a lot of people. I feel really grateful that it's reaching people, and I've received so many very kind comments on that video, and it feels really nice to be heard and to be seen and to reach people in that way, because that's a video that's very near and dear to my heart, very closely aligned with my personal philosophies on life, and I'm just glad that it's reaching people, But yeah, moving on to the next topic, something. So yeah, that was all the copyright stuff and, the retro and the running and everything. And so let's move on to a new topic, which is just sort of reflecting on life lately, what I've been up to, why I've been so busy. This is going to be the chill, laid back portion of the video. I didn't really know coming into this that I would be talking so much about, just like waxing philosophically, I guess. This is my third time. This is my third time recording this video. And, every time you record it, just like different things happen. So that's what happened in this one. And I feel like I kind of like it, and I'll probably keep it in. So moving on to the next topic, which is once again, the stuff that's been going on. So August, incredibly super busy, crazy, hectic month. Okay, so let me sort of go down the list of things that happened. I'll try and rattle these off. One, got a new projector and mounted it. Felt very adult mounting this projector. It's a big boy mount and a huge projector. Kind of a crazy story. I actually found it for a third of its asking price, used on Craigslist. This guy lives in the sleepy town of Dana Point, California, beachside town, lives in a very swanky apartment. He's a teacher. Not sure how he can afford such a place. Maybe his wife is rich. He did say he was married. But it made sense that he would let go of the projector at such a reasonable price, considering that he probably doesn't really need the money. Tested it out, major upgrade, super bright, great addition to the living room. Movie nights have never been better. And then the next big thing was went to a concert at the Hollywood Bowl. First time there, saw Leve. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Leve. She is in her like mid-20s, singer, musician, raised by two classical musicians. She plays the guitar, the piano, the cello, was backed by the LA Philharmonic Orchestra. Her voice is very distinct and unique, has that sort of low jazzy resonance to it, kind of like Ella Fitzgerald or something. Has brought a lot of those like jazzy tunes and updated them for the modern age. Really beautiful performance, amazing talent, definitely. Would recommend checking her out if that sounds like that's up your alley. Hollywood Bowl is a really cool venue, very open and airy. Like I said, it was my first time there. You can bring your own food and drinks, even alcoholic drinks, depending on who's managing the show. And really cool space. If you are in the LA area and haven't been, check it out. Also, I would recommend taking the shuttle. And went to another concert with my wife and her sister. It was a dual headliner of Del Water Gap and the Japanese House. I personally am not a huge fan of either band, but my wife and her sister were really excited and I just tagged along. Still had a great time. Music was awesome. Japanese House in particular, I really enjoyed. Very lively, fun, and cool, chill atmosphere. Really enjoyed it. That was at the Greek Theater, which also was my first time there. Again, open amphitheater type seating, a little smaller than the Hollywood Bowl, more intimate, got a little bit closer seats, so that was pretty cool. And then next month, we're going to see Still Woozy at, once again, the Greek Theater. And I'm really excited for that one because I'm a big fan of Still Woozy. And even picked out this whole outfit with like bright colors and everything. Went thrifting, so that should be a lot of fun. Other than that, aforementioned sister-in-law visited us for a couple different weekends. That's always fun, always feels like a mini vacation. Went exploring to different places. Like I said, we checked out Dana Point. Also went to the giant Japanese store and everything. And if you guys want to follow along on like life update kind of stuff, I post that kind of thing on my Instagram stories. I don't do a ton of like posts, but I do stories pretty regularly. So if you're interested in keeping up with what I do regularly, that's the place to go. And then in a similar vein, if you just want to like chat or see what I'm up to like on a more regular basis, I'm always sort of kicking around in the Discord. So those are the places. I know that my videos on YouTube are kind of sporadic. Sometimes it's like a week, sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 6. So if you're ever wondering what I'm up to, those are the places to check out. I will be in those places generally. And what else? Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention about that stuff is I've been getting into doing these like sort of off the cuff movie reviews about stuff I've been watching lately, and I post that in the Discord, and then I usually do like a follow-up post on Instagram too. So if you want like my more recent thoughts on movies and stuff, those again are good places to check that kind of thing out. What else? Oh yeah, one cool thing was YouTube sent me this like a YouTube neon light thing. It's over there. But look at this video. I'm not gonna put it right. I'm not gonna like show you like this, but I got a video right here, so you guys can check that out. Pretty cool. Lights up, different brightness levels and everything. Helps me feel a little bit like a real YouTuber, you know? So that's kind of cool. Yeah. So I guess the last thing is just sort of like the future. Wow. You know, stuff that's coming up. Plans for the future, plans for future videos, things like that. Oh yeah, announcement actually. My wife and I are going to Europe. We're spending a week in Rome and a week in Paris. Never been to either country, never even been to Europe. So if you guys have any recommendations for things to do or places to see or eat at or whatever, I'll leave them down below in the comments because we'll be going in late October. Should be pretty cool. By the way, I will be posting a bunch of stuff on my stories on Instagram. Like, I don't know if you guys followed, but when I was in Japan, I posted like so many stories every day of all the stuff we did. And I'm planning to do the same thing for our Europe trip. It might be a little less than I did before with the Japan stuff, or it might be similar. I'm not sure. We'll just have to see, play it by ear. But if you want to follow along on the Tim in Europe series before it hits YouTube, be sure to check out the Instagram. Again, that's going to be late October, early November. I don't know if I'll get a chance to talk about that again on the channel before we go. So consider this the official announcement. Tim in Europe. I guess it's going to be a thing, Who knows how long it will be till the videos come out. But they will. Eventually, I'm sure of it. And then other than that, future stuff coming up. I do have some more Tim in Japan. Like, I still have so much stuff about Japan. I still have to finish up the last couple day trips we took on the first trip. And then there's the whole second trip, which is like the second season of Tim in Japan. Tim in Tohoku. Tohoku is sort of like the northern region of Japan. Well, north of Tokyo, south of Hokkaido. That's all of Tohoku. And we went all over, man. It was awesome. So definitely more Tim in Japan. I'm hoping to get on a more regular upload schedule soon. I know things have been pretty chaotic in my life lately, like I mentioned already, So, I don't know, things, at the end of the year, things don't really calm down at all, but I am gonna try and put out some more videos more regularly, but no guarantees. That's just how it goes. And then Tim Explains Japan, I still have some ideas for that, but I don't really like to give concrete details about videos that I'm working on, because it's this weird loop, where it's like, I talk about things that I'm gonna do, which then kind of makes me feel like I already did it. And then when I start doing it, I kind of lose motivation because it's like, well, I already talked about this. And it creates this weird expectation thing. So I'm not gonna tell you exactly what's coming or when it's coming, but do know that there are a lot of videos in the pipeline, and I'm looking forward to making them and sharing them with you guys. So yeah, I think that we're really winding things down here. We're nearing the end of this video. Here's a bunch of movies I watched lately. I'll flick through them, slideshow-esque kind of way. Again, I posted this stuff in the Instagram and the Discord, but I am kind of looking for some new inspiration lately. So please do let me know if there are any movies, shows, games, media in general, books, things that you have really enjoyed lately or just would like more people to know about, because I'm looking for some new juice, some new inspiration, and would love to dive into something fascinating and interesting that I have never taken part of before. So please leave your suggestions thereabouts in the comments. Or, hit me up in the Discord or on Instagram or whatever. I would love to know. So let me know. Once again, this has been the second episode of the unofficial Tim Thoughts podcast, the Thoughtcast. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it was interesting and compelling and dynamic and brought something new into your life. Hopefully, that's sort of the goal of the channel. That's what the timverse is all about. Or, it was just kind of 40 minutes of me rambling into a camera, and then for some reason you watched it, the whole thing. I don't know. If you're watching this right now, it means you watched the whole thing. So, hey man, you can't blame me for that. That was your choice. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. I don't really know what else I would even talk about. I could just sit here and talk for another hour, I'm sure, but at that point it really would just be rambling about nothing and everything and whatever. So, love that book. These movies were great. Let me know what you guys are up to again. Let me know what's going on. Let me know how your dog is doing. Let me know if your cat likes to climb trees. and let me know what your favorite food is. I don't know. The algorithm. But no, really though, let me know. Inquiring minds, you know? But yeah, I mean, really, that's the end. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Oh yeah, check out this cool shirt I got. I found it in the thrift store. Pretty cool, right? Hand-stitched embroidery and everything. But yeah, that's about it. Catch you guys later.